What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are getting into the engine pretty deep today. I already started, kind of got everything tore apart. If you're wondering what we are doing, we've got head studs, innovative fasteners, we got valve springs, and push rods. So told you it was coming, and we got it. Hopefully, taking this apart was a little bit more. I kind of forgot about the injectors. It's pretty much just a bunch of 10 and 8 millimeter bolts, couple bigger ones. You have to take off the whole fuel line over here so you can pop out the injectors. If you're doing valve springs, this would have been a lot easier if I just waited, but it is what it is. And we'll get to do this again when we replace the injectors. We're going to start with the head studs, and I probably won't show every single one, but I'll just walk you through each sequence. We're going to do three torque sequences, and then as I said, we might have something else coming in for the second part of this video, and then we'll heat this up for 20 minutes, tear it back down, crank them one last time, and call them good. So let's get to it. So I guess I should show you guys what comes in the box for the Innovative Fastener head studs. You got your studs, 2 packs of 10, your 6 for the exhaust side, all your bolts and washers, and the lubricant, and some pretty generic instructions. So I know everyone with their ARPs like to start in the middle at 1 and then work their way out. But I know the only other video I've seen where they kind of did these, they start at 26 and then work their way from the outside into 1. And I think that's what I'm going to do here on this one, just because it's the same brand. I don't know. Maybe comment down below and let me know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. So now we'll hop in and get the first one done. Alright, so I was reading through, these are instructions I got online, and they're for ARP studs. These are they came with the bolts of the head studs. These are if you're doing replacing the whole head. These are for if you're doing one at a time, so we'll do these torque sequences over this one. This one starts at 50, 100, 150. These are all started at 100. And then, where did it go? I think it's 125 and then 150. So, or 135. So, we're going to go ahead with that one since we're doing one at a time. And, just wanted to clarify that. So let's get it up here. Alright guys, just checking in. We got the first 4 on each side done. And so that's the first on the exhaust. On each side too. I think the easiest technique is to lube the bottom of the bolt and then screw it in, lube the top, then use some of that on the washer, add some more, and then the bolt. Hold it in place and screw the bolt down, finger tight, and then tighten it down. So I'll show you that here on these. So we got all 26 in. Kind of see the copper look. That's their the lube for them, and I'll show you. I don't know if you can tell, but still about half left in this thing. Maybe a little less, but so they give you give you quite a bit in here. So, all right, I will get you guys set up here, and we'll try and crank these out real fast. Alright, well, it's a new day. As you just saw, we lost that socket down into the black abyss of the engine bay. Ran to the store this morning, got a proper one so I don't have to use the extension, hopefully here, and we'll finish this up. And I ended up going 125, this is 135, and then I'll do 150. So let's get back, start where we left off. Here we go. Alright guys, well I guess my battery died at some point, not sure where we left off, but I torqued them all down to 150. Climb up here real quick. I'm not sure if you're supposed to wipe off all the lube on there, but I did have like 3 or 4 that slipped. I had, this is one, the one on the back side there, and I believe that one definitely slipped. So I'm not sure what we'll do for the heating up and torquing down again. I guess the ones that slipped are slipped. Maybe I did it wrong. Maybe you're supposed to wipe that lube off. But we'll just move on to the next thing. So next we're gonna go ahead, do the valve springs. Shouldn't be too bad. And so let's go over to the table. Alright, look over here, so we're done with studs, got the Hamilton. So we will go ahead and pop these bad boys in there. And let's see. I got this as well to help with the install. Set you guys up and we'll take a look at that. Alright guys, so I almost made a big uh-oh. And forgot to check top dead center for these. So I got 1 in 6 done. Before I turned the camera off, I kind of started doing this and then realized, nope, something's wrong. And then found top dead center, and we got the first one top dead center. So when you're doing your sets of valve springs, you want the magic number of 7, so 1 and 6 is 7, 5 and 2, and 3 and 4. I don't know if I'll be able to pick it up. We'll see. You can kind of see down in the center, right in there. There's that's kind of how I gauge it. It was number 1. If you look at number 2. There is nothing in there. So I'll rotate it again and then show you the next one. But you can see down in the center there. So we said 1 and 6 are done. And I'll probably set you up for the next one if it's out here. If it's, I'll show you guys on the number 2, just a quick time lapse. And we'll rotate the engine. Hamilton valve spring, 103 valve spring on the right and stock on the left. So you can just see the difference in them right there. And another thing I noticed, so once you find your top dead center, just put top dead center, and that should be 1 and 6 for you. And then from there you'll turn about 120 degrees, give or take, and then that should be 2 and 5. And then another 120 degrees from there should be 2 and 6. But it took me, or not 2 and 6, 2 and 5, and then 3 and 4. So 3 and 4 will be about 120 degrees from 2 and 5. That one took me a while to get just right to release everything, but I'll finish these up and we'll take a look at it, and then we'll move on to the push rods. All right, we are done with the valve springs. We are done with the valve springs. Show you here. Got them all in, nice and shiny. All right, on to the last and final. We're gonna do all these push rods. So you have exhaust here, intake here. Take these all the way back, and then we have for the back two. Let me see if I can get a light here. So for the last 6 and 5, there's 2 plugs up in the cowl for you pop these out, and you'll slide them up, and then be able to pull them out. See if I can get a good shot of them here. There they are right there. So you'll slide them up into there. Pulling these guys out, there is a little bit of a clip. Let's see. Pull that guy out. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but let's try again. Kind of see that? That's, you know, it's in. You kind of feel this resistance, and then it pops out. And then another thing to note, your exhaust will be bigger than the intake. Alright, coming back, I don't know if you can tell, this diameter is a lot smaller than this. This will be our intake, this will be our exhaust side. So I'll go ahead and pop these suckers in. Alright, there's all the push rods and valve springs and head studs. Start getting the injectors back in, and the injectors and feed tubes, and then probably be it for this video. And then the next one, remember, we got to get a gasket. It's in the mail. Probably gonna do something else here, and there it is. Alright guys, so new day, but we got everything back in and ready to go. Injectors, rockers. And last thing I got to do, which I almost forgot, was we got to grind out this little notch here on the rocker box for to make room for the new head studs and the bolt. so it won't fit. So we'll just grind this out real quick. And all right, guys, we got this all ground out. As you can see, just ground it out right here. Not too bad. Just took an angle grinder, cut here, and then kind of ground out the back, and then finished it with a Dremel. You can see there. Gotta clean that up. So we will get this put in now. All right, guys, we got the rocker box in. I think we're gonna just leave it here. I was looking at it, and I think it just for sake of ease, we'll just wait to get everything else back on until we get the fuel lines on. So if you look, it'll just be easier. Pretty sure you can get everything on with the fuel lines, the wrench, but we'll get the gasket here, button up everything else, and then hopefully fire her up, and hopefully she sounds good and we didn't mess anything up. But appreciate it if you made it through the whole video. If you give a thumbs up, subscribe, it means a lot. And until next time, enjoy the ride.